Welcome to the new season of What's Eating Harlem. I'm Selena Hill. Harlem is one of the most hippest, hottest, and down-to-earth communities in the world, as well as being one of the most historic. We're going to carry you on a ride to all of the great food, art, entertainment, and history that Harlem has to offer. So let's get started. This creative mother-daughter team showcased their 5th season of Harlem Fashion Week with the values of innovation, elegance, and inclusivity. This group has one goal in mind: save Harlem late night jazz. All of that and more on What's Eating Harlem.
This program is supported by Whole Foods Market. At Whole Foods Market, our purpose is to nourish people and the planet. We're a purpose-driven company that aims to set the standards of excellence for food retailers. Quality is a state of mind at Whole Foods Market.
Of the Renaissance, Harlem has been known as an epicenter of art, culture, and fashion. But style is what Harlem does best. So it's only right that each year during New York Fashion Week, Harlem shows up and shows out. Tonight we're here at Harlem's very own Fashion Week, an annual event that showcases designers of color. We'll speak to the designers, the vendors, as well as to the mother and daughter duo behind Harlem Fashion Week.
Hi, I'm Chandra Burkett, the co-founder of Harlem Fashion Week.
Thank you so much, everyone, for being here this evening for our 5th season of Harlem Fashion Week. We are so
Tell us about the 5th season of Harlem Fashion Week, the theme, and everything going on this year.
This season of Harlem Fashion Week, New York Fashion Week, comes to Harlem. And that's really what one of the goals of Harlem Fashion Week is, to bring New York Fashion Week into the Harlem community. Our values are innovation, elegance, and inclusivity, which is why we had an international move this year, where we had Adama Paris come all the way from Senegal, West Africa, to showcase our beginning show, our first show, 6:15, as well as have local designers participate, because we wanted to broaden this whole message of Harlem Fashion Week. We actually went to Dakar last June and built a relationship, and that's when we had Adama come over. So it's about going global. It's about having a global reach with a local impact. We're just really excited about this year. We have Sephora Columbus Circle featuring Kevin Aucoin Cosmetics as part of this whole brand experience. So Sephora's in the house. We're so excited. They're giving gift bags. Inclusivity this year, we had Rev Dolls, which is an international plus-size brand. Because it's important that we broaden the conversation when it comes to fashion. That it's not the cookie cutter, tall, slim, and that's, in terms of what we're looking at in design as well as models, which has always been the message of Harlem Fashion Week. So having being inclusive, we had Rev Dolls this year. We had Diva Big, that's also a plus-size brand, because we wanted to have a larger conversation when it's talking about fashion.
On this electric red world sees us tonight. We're lightning bolts in the sky, flashing with thunder, and it's beautiful all over.
Hi, I'm Adama, designer of Adama Paris. Tonight I show my first ever male collection. Normally I do female, and this is my first collection, so I'm always excited and nervous at the same time. And This collection is all about Sahelian boys. So those who live in West Africa in the desert. So that's why we use linen and color like beige, brown. And also we use our first accessories, male accessories, with sandals made in Senegal by my artisans. So I'm glad we just brought the best of Africa here today in New York. So I'm glad people liked it. I am a former banker, and I was born and raised in France. And I went back home because my parents was diplomat in Europe, so we traveled in several cities. So I went back home 10 years ago, and I wanted to, like, all African wanted to go back in Africa and support my people and try to kind of make something out of my life and make something for African. We've been doing our thing for years. We created Black Fashion Week 6 years ago in different cities, in Prague, in Paris, in Montreal, in Brazil, in lots of cities in Africa. I also launched the first ever African TV. It's called Fashion Africa TV and air in 46 countries in Africa and Europe. And hopefully in 2020, we're gonna come to America. It's hard to get into the network, but yeah, we've been doing our thing in Africa, and I kind of believe that going back changed my life. Like Africa changed my life in a better way, and we're trying to make African believe that we can make it. We can make it in our own country. We can make it in our own time. We can make it by doing our own thing and in our own rhythm. And I believe that together we're stronger. That's why I came when Harlem Fashion Week invited me.
Tummy Yum Yum was born about a year or so ago, about 14 months ago. I used to do oral surgery, and we had an accident in the office where a child passed away due to something that, due to eating before surgery. So they closed my office down that I worked in, and so I went to work somewhere else. Well, I went back about 4 months later because we had a new doctor, and the patients weren't coming. So I was sitting with my coworker, and I told her, I said, I need to find something to do to make extra income because this is not getting it. And she suggested that I make baskets. I was like, no, I don't want to do that. And then I heard God say, do candy apples. So I started laughing because I'd never done a candy apple before in my life. And so I said, Katie, I'm going to do candy apples. And then she laughed, and then I heard the name Tummy Yum Yum Gourmet Candy Apples. And I know this is a God business because I never made a candy apple before in my life. So I put it on Facebook Thursday, July 17th, and that next day I woke up, I had 8 orders. I did not know what to do. So I went on Pinterest and I started looking at other people's ideas, and so I just put my own spin on it. I have been busy ever since last July. I just feel blessed because a year ago I would not have thought I would be here at a venue like this. And this just showcases my art. And you never know who's gonna come in and see what I do. I don't know, I don't know what could happen. I'm just excited, and I just believe that God has it ordained for me to be here at this time. I just decided to step out on faith and do what I know God called me to do. And it's more than candy apples to me. It's a ministry. Because you just don't know how many people come to my table and they're so amazed with how the candy apples look. But then they start telling me different things about themselves and how they're scared to step out on faith, and how did I do it? I just told him, I knew God told me to do it. I heard him when he said, do candy apples. I'm an African-American business owner. And just to see so many women of, my culture up and down these hallways, we doing it. We doing it.
Our first show was so packed. We were like, oh my God, where are we gonna fit all these people? And we didn't imagine, not in our wildest dream. We were like wondering, where did we even find out about the event? They were contacting us the day of the event. People were still flooding our doors. I think we have just so much gratitude and thanks that every season, you know, people just continue to show love, show support. It's amazing.
How do you feel now that it's all over, and even though you know you were the runner-up or the finalist, that you're still making a great impact of what you're doing in your career?
It's great. I really needed a moment after we came back and after the show aired to kind of decompress and take it all in.
Yeah.
Because you're just so into it and you don't realize kind of the gravity of what you've done and you know, the food that you've put out there and the image of yourself that you've put out there. So it's kind of like, wow, let me digest everything that I just did. And I had a lot of support from a lot of great people reaching out, and it's just been amazing.
What's Eating Harlem wants to get you involved. Become a member and get the 411 on all that goes on in Harlem. Go to www.whatseatingharlem.com and don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram.
Hey, I'm Jen Jade, and I love What's Eating Harlem.
Today I'm here at the food bank in Harlem, doing inspired dishes from my cookbook called Between Harlem and Heaven. It's really important for me that the whole Harlem community understands this cookbook because they are here, they've been here a long time, and they truly need to see what this book is about. So I gave 50 copies to the pantry for everybody to be able to take home. Recipes from the book, so we have some spicy black beans, some sticky Brussels sprouts. She even took some of the braising liquid that was in the oxtails and did it with some turkey legs.
Harlem Late Night Jazz Incorporated is a nonprofit 501c3 in the state of New York with a simple mission, and that's to keep jazz alive in its Mecca, Harlem, New York. Dakota Pippins, Board of Directors and President of Harlem Late Night Jazz Incorporated. I live in Sugar Hill, about a block away from St. Nick's Pub. I think most of us know St. Nick's Pub, iconic jazz club, goes back to the 30s. When it closed, followed by the closing of Lenox Lounge and Farafina, it was clear to us that the music was dying. Specifically, late night jazz was dying in Harlem. And we decided, hey, we can sit here and talk about it, or we can do something about it. So we got together, we tried a few experimental attempts, and we were just gratified by the support and the love that we got from the Jazz Foundation of America. I should also mention I'm on the board of the Jazz Foundation of America. Keyed up, but most importantly, the musicians themselves who came out and embraced us. And that's how we were born.
C. Kelly Wright, Board of Directors and host of Harlem Late Night Jazz.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to Harlem Late Night Jazz. It's Friday night live at Mist Harlem. My Image Studios and yours, that's right, you can give it up. Yes, yes. You are in for a special treat tonight. Harlem Late Night Jazz, let me tell you, is more than just a party, it's a mission. Our mission is simple. It's to keep late night jazz alive in Harlem. It's Mecca.
When I'm hosting, what I'm basically doing is making sure people feel welcome. People know that they have the responsibility and the opportunity to have a good time. So I think by enjoying the environment myself, and making friends amongst the people and connecting people. It's just a way to make sure that everybody's getting the good time that they came out to get.
I mean, we come from bones of the slaves buried in the concrete. I told you this is where my black people meet. On this street, I call it Harlem.
Paul Griffin, Board of Directors, Harlem Late Night Jazz.
We are Harlem, we are Harlem,
It's very important that we bring in the young folks into the genre of jazz. They have to carry the torch. We got what we call the Young Lions. The Young Lions are those young men and women who are musicians, who might have went to musical school, who have an excellent experience and exposure to music. And what we try to do is mesh jazz masters and young lions. We understand the importance of the demographics of not only the country, but of the music world. It's a younger generation. So it's very incumbent upon us to bring into the fold the young musicians.
Robin Downs, social media strategist for Harlem Late Night Jazz. My role in Harlem Late Night Jazz right now, I gave you the title of social media strategist. I come from a media background. I'm an Emmy Award winner, ABC News The Show 2020. I was also the music coordinator for The Cosby Show, and that definitely put jazz in my heart and my soul. Tonight, we're so excited about hosting this event for Macy Gray. It's her listening party for her new album that will be out in the fall. And one of my friends, Sharon Harris, who works directly with Macy Gray, called me up, and she knew that I was working with Harlem Late Night Jazz, and she was just like, what do you think about Macy having her listening party with Harlem Late Night Jazz? Yes. And called Dakota and the rest of the team and said, we're doing this, okay?
St. Nick's Pub gave me, being from East St. Louis, growing up around this music, it gave me a sense of freedom, a sense of being at home with the music, a sense of being blessed to watching this music, enjoying it flourish. When St. Nick's Pub burned down, it was like somebody hit me hard in my chest. The club had been closed for 7 years. We're here because of St. Nick's Pub. We were born because of the need to keep that tradition together. So it's difficult to describe. It's a great loss to the community and a great loss to all of us personally.
That's all we have for now. I'm Selena Hill. See you uptown.
This program is made possible by Lolo's Seafood Shack.
Lolo's are open-air barbecue shacks that keep beachgoers in the Caribbean well-fed. Lolo's Seafood Shack brings the spirit of these West Indies seaside eateries to Harlem, serving up coastal eats ranging from Cape Cod comfort food to Caribbean street food. There are shareable snacks, such as fries topped with cotija cheese, herbs, and jalapeno, smoked achiote glazed chicken wings, and wok-seared cauliflower.
Lolo's is located on 116th Street between Frederick Douglass Boulevard and Manhattan Avenues. We'll see you at the Shack.
This program is made possible by
the Ralph Lauren Center for Cancer Care has grown to become a beacon for quality, dignity, and accessibility in cancer care. With specialists certified by the Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center and a team of experienced care navigators, the center is ensuring that more New Yorkers have access to the resources, tools, and quality treatment they need to not only survive cancer, but also thrive well beyond it. The Ralph Lauren Center for Cancer Care in Harlem, New York.
Join us. Become a member. You'll get info on the great events and activities in Harlem and beyond. Go to www.whatseatingharlem.com and don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram.
What's Eating Harlem is the media partner of Harlem Park to Park.